Imagine for a moment that there is something most people don't think about until it is too late. It is not about material goods, the number of social connections, or even physical well-being. It is about something much more fundamental. My name is William. When I was a student at the Pritzker School of Medicine at the University of Chicago, I learned the most important aspects for a happy old age. I hope that some of you will truly find these simple yet effective tips helpful. When I turned 35, I visited my father on his 70th birthday. We were sitting on the veranda, and suddenly he said, "My son, with the passage of time, many things fade away from our lives. But if you take care of the essentials in advance, old age will not be a time of loss, but of gain." At that moment, I just laughed and replied, "What do you mean? It sounds too philosophical for my understanding." He just smiled back and said, "The time will come, and you will understand." Years have passed, and now I watch him and my mother live a full life. They do not try to run away from old age, but neither do they feel like its prisoners. They radiate calmness, confidence in the future, and most importantly, they are happy. That's when I realized what my father meant. He was talking about the 6 pillars he had laid down for himself long before life demanded that he lean on them. These pillars are what support us when so much else fades away. They bring meaning, joy, and resilience even to the most difficult times. It is these 6 pillars that I want to talk about. Instead of empty promises, I will share the stories of real people who have been able to build their lives and, because of that, not just exist, but truly enjoy every day after 70 years. By the end of this narrative, you will not only learn what you can truly rely on in old age, but you will also see how you can start building your own solid foundation today. So, let's start with the first pillar. The first pillar is health, the foundation of our life. Health is something without which it is impossible to experience true freedom and joy. It gives us the opportunity not just to exist, but to fully enjoy every moment. However, how often do we put off taking care of ourselves for later, thinking that there is still time? My mother's neighbor was an energetic and active person throughout her life. However, after the age of 60, she began to notice that climbing the stairs was becoming more difficult for her, and her favorite gardening activities started causing back pain. Instead of accepting these changes and letting age take over, she decided to take control of the situation. The first step was to add simple exercises to her daily routine. Every morning, she started with a short warm-up by the window to wake up her body and energize herself, and then went for a leisurely walk around her yard, enjoying the fresh air and the first rays of sunshine. After just a couple of months, she felt a significant improvement in her well-being. The constant feeling of fatigue that haunted her gradually faded, giving way to vitality and energy. Now at the age of 73, every Saturday morning she goes with her friends to the forest to pick berries, enjoying the beauty of nature and each other's company. When she returns home, she makes fragrant jam from the picked berries for the winter, filling her home with the delightful sense of summer. And every time she says with a smile, "I will not let age deprive me of life's joys and lock me within 4 walls." Taking care of your health is not an attempt to hold on to fading youth or turn back time. First and foremost, it is about respecting your body, understanding its needs, and treating it with care. Even the smallest steps, such as a morning walk in the fresh air, light stretching to maintain flexibility, or including fresh fruits and vegetables rich in vitamins and trace elements in the diet, can significantly improve the quality of life and fill each day with energy and vitality. The second pillar is financial stability, which provides peace of mind and confidence in the future. Financial stability is not just about having a certain amount of money in a bank account. It is the ability to confidently handle unexpected expenses, plan for the future, and live without constant stress about money. First and foremost, it is the confidence that you can handle any unforeseen circumstances and unexpected expenses that may arise in life. It is the same peace of mind that allows you to fully enjoy every moment of life without tainting it with fears and worries about the future. The first hero, a former engineer, has always been characterized by frugality and a sensible approach to financial matters. He saved money not with the aim of accumulating great wealth and becoming the richest man in the world, but to be confident in his future, not to depend on circumstances, and to be able to make his own decisions. When he turned 70, his retirement savings allowed him to fulfill a lifelong dream of traveling to Baikal, the deepest and cleanest lake on the planet. "I've always dreamed of seeing this incredible beauty with my own eyes, not just in photos and movies," he told me with burning eyes. "And I am immensely glad that I took care in advance not to put my life on hold, not to wait for the right moment, but to act here and now." Now he gladly shares his experience and knowledge with his grandchildren, teaching them the basics of financial literacy, how to save money correctly, how to avoid unnecessary spending and impulsive purchases, and how to plan their expenses properly to always be able to set aside some money for the future. Financial stability is not about having millions. It is first and foremost about sensible financial planning, the ability to find joy in simple things and appreciating what you already have. It is the ability to live within your means without falling into debt or loans, and to create a financial safety net that allows you to feel confident and calm in any situation. The third pillar is family, your reliable anchor in the stormy sea of life. Family is not always an ideal relationship, free from conflicts and disagreements. Above all, it is a strong bond that requires constant effort, patience, understanding, and care from both sides. The second heroine, a grandmother of 3 wonderful grandchildren, for a long time could not establish warm and trusting relationships with her son after he decided to move to another city to build his career and start his own family. The distance and infrequent meetings created a sense of detachment and misunderstanding. But instead of distancing herself further and allowing this gap between them to widen, she made a conscious decision to act and take the first step toward him. She started calling him regularly just to talk, to see how he was doing, to tell him about the little things in her life, to share news, and to take a genuine interest in his business, his work, and his hobbies. Then she started sending her grandchildren small but very touching gifts, interesting books that she hoped would inspire them to read, warm knitted socks made by her own hands with love and care, and delicious candies that always lift their spirits. Over time, her calls became more frequent and longer, and her son began visiting her every month with his family. Now every Sunday, her home is filled with the ringing laughter of her grandchildren, the joyful voices of her children, and the delightful aromas of fresh homemade baked goods she makes especially for them. she says with a smile. Family is a big job that requires constant effort and investment of the soul. But when you sincerely invest in the relationship, it returns 100-fold, giving you love, support, and warmth. Family is the closest people who will always be there to support you in difficult times, lend a helping hand, listen, understand, and accept you for who you are. But this invaluable support should be built on the basis of reciprocity, respect, trust, and of course, love. The fourth pillar is friendship, an inexhaustible source of energy and vitality. If family is your quiet harbor, a reliable berth where you can take shelter from storms and hardships, then friends are the sails filled with wind that help you move forward, open new horizons, and explore uncharted spaces. The friends, who are both well into their 70s, have been friends since high school. They have been through many trials, joys, and sorrows of life together. Every Thursday, they invariably meet at the local chess club to play a game or two, drink a cup of flavored tea, and discuss the latest news in town and around the world. "We've been through everything together," says one friend with warmth in his voice. "Weddings, divorces, career ups and downs, retirement, and even when it seems like there's no energy left for big things and grand achievements, it's very important to know and feel that there's a faithful friend nearby who will always support, lend a shoulder, and simply be there, ready to listen and understand." They often go fishing together, enjoying the peace and quiet of nature, fresh air, and the opportunity to reminisce about the good old days filled with adventures and colorful events. Friendship in old age is not a coincidence. It is the result of constant efforts that need to be made to maintain and strengthen the relationship. It is attention to your friend, care for them, small but very meaningful gestures that show your love and devotion. A sincere call just to check in, an invitation for a walk in the park to enjoy the beauty of nature, or simply a heart-to-heart conversation to share thoughts and feelings. The fifth pillar is hobbies, an inexhaustible source of inspiration and joy. Hobbies give our lives meaning and fill them with bright colors and positive emotions. They clearly demonstrate that it is never too late to learn something new, discover hidden talents, and create, making something beautiful with your own hands. One woman, at the age of 68, decided to learn how to bake real homemade bread. At first, she felt fear and uncertainty, afraid that she would fail, that the dough wouldn't rise, and that the bread would burn. But when her first loaf, fragrant and golden brown, finally succeeded, she couldn't stop. Her hobby turned into a real passion, and she continued to improve her skills, experimenting with recipes and techniques. Now, at the age of 72, she bakes bread for the entire village, delighting her neighbors with fresh and delicious baked goods. Every Saturday, she organizes a small market right outside her house, where residents from the surrounding houses come to buy fragrant bread, buns, pies, and other delicacies made with love and soul. "It's not just bread," she says proudly. "It's an opportunity to bring joy to others, to see their smiles and hear words of gratitude. And it gives me the strength to wake up every morning with a smile on my face and look forward to a new day to create again and make others happy." Hobbies are your personal source of energy and inspiration that help you stay active, curious, and full of life. Find something that truly inspires you, something that genuinely interests and brings you joy, and let it become an integral part of your life, filling it with meaning and happiness. The sixth pillar is spirituality and inner peace, which help us find meaning and harmony, even in the most difficult and challenging moments of life. Spirituality does not necessarily have to be connected with religion and visiting temples. Above all, it is the ability to see beauty and value in simple things, to find joy in each day, to be grateful for what you have, and to maintain inner balance and peace despite life's difficulties and challenges. A friend of mine, every evening as the sun begins to set over the horizon, goes out onto his small terrace to admire the mesmerizing sunset. He says, "This is my time for gratitude." I sit down, close my eyes, and start thinking about what I am grateful for in my life, for which moments, for which people. It helps me stay in harmony with myself, maintain a positive attitude, and not lose faith in the best. For some people, spirituality is meditation, which helps calm the mind and find inner silence. For others, it is reading books that broaden their horizons and provide new knowledge. And for some, spirituality lies in selfless help to others, which gives life meaning and brings deep satisfaction. The main thing is that spirituality gives you a sense of inner balance, harmony, and peace, helping you maintain optimism and faith in yourself, despite any life circumstances. These 6 pillars, health, financial stability, family, friendship, hobbies, and spirituality, make life full, rich, and happy at any age, no matter how old you are. You need to start building them now, without delay, step by step, brick by brick, creating a solid foundation for your future happy and fulfilling life. My father was absolutely right. If you have a strong and solid foundation made up of these 6 pillars, you will never fall, no matter what difficulties and trials come your way. Ask yourself right now, which of these pillars in your life is already strong and stable enough, and which one is still worth working on to strengthen and make more stable. Remember, it's never too late to start. The most important thing is to take the first step and keep moving forward without stopping there. Do not forget to share this important and useful video with your friends and family, as the knowledge and experience I have shared can be of great benefit to everyone, regardless of age and life circumstances, to help them build a happy and meaningful life, full of joy and harmony. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos on health, longevity, and quality of life. I will regularly post useful tips and recommendations to help you stay active and energetic at any age. And of course, I'm always happy to hear your comments. Tell me which of these habits you already practice and which ones you would like to incorporate into your life. Share your stories and experiences, because together we can inspire each other to live healthier lives.